Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lilani. Welcome. I do all things makeup here. I do makeup tutorials, makeup unboxings, makeup reviews, all that kind of stuff. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you can see all future videos. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this look right here, kind of a smoky eye, freckles, purple lip. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but it'll be fun. So yeah, this is also going to be part of my 100 days of makeup. I've been doing 100 days of makeup on Instagram. If you're not following me on there, please go check that out. This is day 25. I think that's all I have to say. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, just keep watching. I'm going to start with my eyes or my face. Eyes, face, eyes, face, eyes, face. Today I'm going to be starting with my eyes because I'm doing such a dark smoky look. I want to make sure if I get fallout, it's not going to mess up my foundation. So as usual, I'm going to go into my MAC paint pot in Painterly and prep my eyes. I should maybe put on some eyebrows first. P.S. Don't mind this line. I was wearing a hat this morning to drop off my kids. Okay. I know you guys are sick of these already, but I'm going to be using the Studio Makeup On The Go palettes, both of them, the Warm Up and the Cool Down. Bam. Now the reason I use these palettes in so many of my looks is because it's the only high quality eyeshadow I have. But I do have more eyeshadows coming this week, hopefully. I'm so excited to dip into some new eyeshadows. I'm going to set the lid with the lightest matte shade in the Cool Down palette. I'm going to be going for a smoky brownish gray color. That's why I'm going to be pulling out both of these palettes. I'm going to be mixing some of the grays in the Cool Down palette with the browns in the Warm Up palette to get us that grayish brown smokiness. Now that that's all set in place, I'm going to go in with my Luxie 229 brush and I'm going to dip into that medium gray. And this is just going to be a transition shade. Actually, I'm not going to take that brush. I'm going to take my Luxie 205. I've been loving this one for a transition color. It's just a little bit longer and fluffier than the 229 and just allows for a softer application, which is nice because you don't want harsh lines when you're doing your transition shade. And I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to dip into the cooler toned brown in here and mix it with that same gray that I was just using. So just dipping my brush into one and then the other and using that to go over the gray. For the transition, I want it to be primarily gray, but I want to start getting a little bit of the brown into there. Oh. I'm keeping this quite high in the crease too because I want to make this really smoky. I'm going to bring that smoky eye right up to the crease. So I just want lots of room to work with for this. I'm going to take my, I don't know what this is because the name's been wiped right off of this, but it's just a smaller, denser brush. And I'm going to use that to take those same gray and brown colors and get it all over my lid. Now I'm going to take the Luxie 229 and go into the darkest brown in this palette. But then I'm going to be mixing that with the medium gray in this palette. I don't want to bring it too dark yet. I'm just going to start working that into the outer corner. Start defining our crease a little bit more. And keeping it a little bit lower in the crease than that transition color. Now I'm going to go full force into the darkest gray in the Cool Down palette. Taking a flat eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to pack that onto the lids. Going back to my fluffy 205 brush, going into the light gray and the light brown again to blend out the edges. Now I'm going to go into that same darkest gray and mix it with the darkest brown and pat on a bit more. Darken it up closer to the lash line. Blend that out. And you can see how it's starting to get a little bit darker around the edges, so I'm going to go back into that lightest matte shade in the Cool Down palette, load that up on my brush, and take away some of the hardness of that. And then going back into the brown, just the brown this time, building up on there until I get the color that I want. And then just back and forth with the blending and the packing and the blending and the packing until I have the smokiness that I'm looking for. Now just right in the middle of the lid, I'm going to pop, I think this bottom shimmery color is the closest to like grayish purple. I'm just gonna take my finger and start patting that into the lid just a little, right in the center. Nothing too crazy. It's not the glitteriest of shadows, so it just gives a little bit of something in the middle there. And then back in with my blending brush. Okay, that's where we're gonna leave the eyes for now. We'll come back to them later and finish them up. I'm gonna put on some eyebrows. For primer today, I'm going to go in with the Benefit Porefessional. I gotta say, I got this little sample in my Ipsy bag. I was hoping it'd be similar to the Smashbox Pore Minimizer, but I don't like this one nearly as much. But I'm running low on my Smashbox one, so I'm using this one. I also don't really like the smell of this one, but it'll do. It still has that powdery consistency, but it leaves a little bit of like an oily almost residue with it. So it kind of weirds me out a little bit. I'm gonna try using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Visible Cover Foundation. I got this little sample of it forever ago in my top box. I haven't really used it yet. I maybe should have used a brush with this because it is pretty liquidy, but it seems to be applying not too bad. It's just soaking up a lot of the product in my sponge. P.S. This is the Quo sponge, and I've really been liking it. It's just a little bit on the small side, and they are the closest thing I have found to a beauty blender. P.S. Don't mind all this color all over my forehead. I just colored my hair last night. Okay, well, I have to say right off the bat, this has better coverage than the Water Blend Foundation by Makeup Forever. But, I mean, that one is a really watery one, and it's not supposed to be a full coverage anyways. This one doesn't really say whether it's supposed to be full coverage or not. It's just a tiny little bottle. It didn't even come in a box or anything, so I really don't have much information on that one. But it seems to be working pretty nice. I don't even know if it's supposed to be like matte or dewy, or I really have no idea about this foundation. I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer and use that to conceal. I need to buy a new one of these because this one is almost kaput. And I'm going to go in with my NYC Smooth Skin Powder, and I'm going to bake under the eyes. And for the rest of my face, I'm going to take my Morphe E31 and pat that into my skin. Just in case this is a dewy foundation, I want to really set everything with powder really good. For my contour today, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzing Powder. I got this little duo, it's the Fiji one. And I picked this up probably 2 weeks ago now, and I just remembered about it the other day when I was doing my, I did a Milk 1422 face palette, or face chart recreation the other day, and I used this as my contour color, and it was gorgeous, and I love it. I'm going to use my Morphe E59 to do a little bit of contouring. I'm going to go back into my eyeshadows. I'm going to start out by mixing the lightest gray and brown mixture and just bring that right down underneath. I'm using a bigger-ish brush to do this because I want it to really be smoky. This is my Glamour Dolls number 10 brush. Now going in with a pencil brush, I don't know what brush this is, I'm going to go into the dark gray and the dark brown, tap off all the excess, and then just bring that on the outer corner where I want it to be the smokiest. Now that I'm looking all raccoony-eyed, I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. cream eyeliner in Coffee. Coffee, it looks like this. Just do a thin line on my upper lid. I'm not going to do any winged liner today, so it's just going to be straight across. That color looks gorgeous with the eyeshadows I have on. So weird. I always thought I was not a brown person at all. I hated browns. I hated the way they looked on me. And then I discovered that there was cool tone browns. Game changer. Warm browns still look terrible on me. Cool browns are my jam. I'm also going to take that on my waterline as well. Okay, now that we're so dark and smoky, I need to do a little bit of an inner corner highlight. The lightest shimmer shade in the Cool Down palette. Take a nice amount of that and pop it in there to brighten this look up a little bit because it's getting a little dark. There, that just freshens everything up a little bit so we're not too dark and vampy. For mascara today, I'm going to go in with, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Butterfly Intenza. Oh, what I can do? I can use something with a mirror and hold it like this, and then you guys can see me do this. I don't know why I don't do this more often, just hold up a mirror. Then we wouldn't have to duck out of frame so much. I like being really close to my mirror when I put on my mascara because I like to be really precise. I always forget how good this mascara is. I really enjoy it. Okay, before I put my lashes on, I'm actually going to do freckles with this look. I'm going to go into that same e.l.f. eyeliner and the same little brush that I was using. And I'm going to freckle myself. Oh, I should use a mirror for this too. This brush works great. I just picked up this brush from Superstore. It's actually the Joe Fresh angled eyeliner brush. Works really good as a lip liner too though. Now that those are on, I'm going to powder over it using the Stay Matte powder. For lashes, I'm going to use my Kiss Ever Easy number 11. Okay, now for blush, I'm actually going to use the blush in that e.l.f. Duo. It's a really pretty blush. So I'm going to go in with that, go right over my freckles. And for highlight today, Wet n Wild MegaGlo Illuminating palette, this guy here. I'm just going to swirl in the two lightest colors. Okay, that's a shiny nose, but it's cute. It's cute. For lips today, I'm going with purple. This is the Kat Von D in Ayesha. I suck at putting on lipstick. In case you guys haven't heard me say that 5 billion times. And for the final step, I'm going to set it all with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set. And that is the finished look today, guys. This is going to be look 25 on my Instagram 100 Days of Makeup. I'm a quarter of a way through, you guys. Although by the time you're seeing this, I'll probably be closer to like halfway through. I have 3 other videos to edit before this one even goes up, so I gotta get on that. But I hope you enjoyed today's look, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.